and Andy Cole are the reasons why I played football. Yeah. Andy Cole's been on there.
Yeah. And he's a good man, innit?
Oh.
George Evans, one of my ex-teammates at Mill, one of my good friends in football. His best friend is Devante Cole.
I swear.
Yeah, so he always talks about stories about
Andrew
Cole and that.
And like,
I know Devante as well. He's a good guy as well, man.
I swear.
Yeah, lovely guy, bro.
Yeah, I can imagine, because I'm a man that, like, I don't know, watching football growing up was very different back in the day. It's not like now where...
It's not.
Yeah, like, strikers to me, that's the level.
You know, bro.
That's the level. So when I hear people talking about strikers now, it's not... I grew up on Andy Cole and Henry and them, man.
Strikers that had more than just scoring goals.
Like Streeter.
I always say that, bro.
Inzaghi.
Yeah.
Like, it's... Whereas now, and it's funny because I was actually going to get into this with you, actually. We could just do it now. It's funny because now there's so many strikers that they'll call world class, and there's like a thing on this podcast with me and other fans and people that listen, because I don't call Harry Kane world class. So like I'm not expecting you to go in on it, but
I could if I wanted to.
Yeah. I don't call him world class, and I think in this era, it's either you're world class or you're rubbish. You can't just be a
top class player.
You can't just be a top class player. I think Harry Kane is top class. But then,
so who's world class striker for you?
I think there's only like I think there's only one true world class striker, Benzema. I think, and Lewandowski. I'd have to put Lewin in.
And what about Haaland then?
Oh, Sugar, yeah, and Haaland. But it's funny because before this season,
you wouldn't have said he's world class.
I wouldn't have said he's world class.
I know what you mean.
But like, I just think on the world level, not to say Harry Kane can't score goals, but on the world elite level, you've got to make the difference.
But Haaland doesn't make a difference.
Of course he does.
What difference has he made in the top? I'm not saying. I'm just saying. You said that at the top level. That
I think when you look at decisive games, he impacts them. He scores the goals. You can't score. You don't think so?
No.
I think he scores.
I think he's a flat track bully, if I'm honest. Don't get me wrong. I think he's sick. But bro, he scored 36 goals. Everyone's like, he broke the record. Harry Kane played in that Tottenham side, with all due respect, bro. And he bagged 30 goals. That is harder than scoring 36 goals. That's gone under the radar. I texted him and said to him, you know what? Unbelievable season.
No, I said Harry Kane, for what he's done this season at Tottenham, it's mad. But I've also seen Harry Kane in too many important moments not do it. And I hate saying this because people think I'm saying it as hate or whatever. It's not hate. It's literally just me saying, nah, like, I need to see just a bit more for me to call you world class. And it don't mean anything. My opinion don't.
I know what you mean.
My opinion don't.
But I just think that about Haaland. I just think that I haven't seen a big game.
But I'm not mad about that when it comes to Haaland. Do you get what I'm saying? And
he's young. He's first season.
And even me saying world class, I might look at it next week and be like, do you know what? Maybe he's not. I might have a conversation with you and just be like, maybe I'm a bit too thingy. Do you get what I'm saying? But
I got a question for you. Who's better, Mbappe or Haaland?
As what? Striker?
As a player, as in whatever you want.
Oh no, as a player, Mbappe.
Mbappe is twice the player Haaland
is,
in my opinion.
I don't. That's not even
okay.
That's not even.
I'm only saying that because I was having this convo with my mum who loves football and my brother.
Yeah, and
they're like, Mbappe, Haaland, like they're childish, bro.
It's not even.
But Mbappe is the best player in the world.
I remember Scorcher.
Fact.
Do you know Scorcher?
Of course, yeah.
So me and Scorch always have debates, and
he's a big football fan, yeah.
Yeah, he's got his own podcast.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, if I call Scorcher now, I'm like, what do you think of Mbappe? The conversation will end up being an hour.
What would he say?
I don't know, but it will just be an hour conversation about football.
But he rates Mbappe.
He rates Mbappe.
Okay,
cool. He said to me one time we proper went into it, and he was just like, Mbappe. This is before City. He was like, Haaland is better than Mbappe, and I said, no, there's no.
He's mocking it, bro.
Do you know what it is? I think people take for granted what Mbappe is. Man.
He's hard, bro. What he did in the World Cup at 24 years of age.
Bagging a final.
Hat-trick in the final.
Bagging a hat-trick, yeah.
The whole tournament, his goals v Poland. Bro. Even at PSG, bro, he's obviously Messi's Messi. He's older. Neymar with injuries. But, bro, man's carrying that team, you know. And people say it's Farmers League. I've got friends that played in Ligue 1.
I was going to ask you about all this stuff.
Bro, it's no Farmers. It's hard, you know. Everyone's athletic, quick, strong, just tackling.
I think people have a warped sense of reality when it comes to the Premier League. I think outside of the Premier League, they just think everything is... Because when you really look at the leagues that people rate, no one rates any league apart from Premier League unless you're a baller.
Yeah.
Like, I played when I was like in Cyprus, I played in Sweden, I played in Nigeria, like, and you can't ever come and tell me that it's rubbish leagues. It's rubbish.
Easy.
Yeah, like it's not.
I'm living proof, bro. Hatta.
Do you know what I'm saying? You're in
Bro,
Dubai.
do you know how hard it was? Everyone said, he's gone for a payday, jolly up. Bro, we were training every single day. Here in England, Championship's hard. I was at Mill last season. It's hard, don't get me wrong. But we train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. Then train Thursday, light session on Friday, game Saturday, Sunday off. That's if it's Saturday, it's Saturday. That's like the normal plan. Bro, in Dubai, Sunday play, for example. Monday's the only day off. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we play 11v11 for like 30, 40 minutes. On the day before the game, on a Saturday, training is hard. It's not just like our set pieces. And I've obviously had bad knees. And like even at Millwall, I was only training 3 times a week sometimes. Like I was obviously close with Gary. And sometimes it'd be like, okay, you know what? Today you're inside, just be gym session, blah, blah, blah. Come out the next day, not too much impact on your knees. There it was just bang, bang, bang. So it doesn't matter about the tempo of the game. If you're running around, you've got defenders who kick you. There's no VAR. Everyone knows I've played in the Premier League and the Championship, so they're just trying to kick me onto me. The referees are not on my side. Everyone in your team expects you to do stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? It's actually really hard. It ends up actually being as hard as Championship in a different way.
I know it don't compare, but when I was playing in Nigeria, so I played in Nigerian Premier League for like a year.
Yeah.
I was
How was that?
You know what? Everyone always asks me how it was, I kid you not, like, the infrastructure is not, you can't compare.
Of course not.
But you see the quality of players. Like, I can't compare to them. And I can play. I can't. Naturally, what they've got. But you know what I killed them with and what made me do well is the fact that I've been coached. Because they're just raw out there. But because
they got that God-given talent, though.
Yeah, like little bits of movement and that would kill them all day. And I was a left midfielder them times. Only now I like dropped back to like centre back and my leg break. But like it was so good. But I remember there was times where little things like if I get the ball, you know we're so spoilt with it. If I get the ball here and you're behind me, there's no way you're getting that ball unless you're coming through me. You see there? There's no such thing. Your ankles are gone.
I know, bro. I played for Congo, the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, it's mad.
Exactly.
It's completely different football to England.
Completely different, man. So
it's so weird. Like, that's why I give players like the Mbappe's, Haaland, respect. As much as I'm saying Haaland is not, I feel like he's a flat track bully. Don't get me wrong, he's only 22, 23. And listen, look at the career he's had compared to me. I'm not one of them players to come and start respecting players.
I can't do that either.
But Joshua King, good friend of mine, he went to Germany and he told me that league is super hard. He's obviously done his thing, played up front with him at Bournemouth, scored goals and that. But he was like saying that Bundesliga, myth. People like Januzaj, they played at Man United, doing well, they go out there hard. So like you have to respect him, that Bundesliga. Like, so when Lewandowski gets his 40 goals, everyone's like, it's the Farmers League. Bro. When I was at Stoke, we went on a pre-season tour in Germany and we played against Hamburg. It's the team that Lewis Holtby, Hamburg. Lewis Holtby used to be at Spurs. He was playing. And they had just got relegated in the Championship. And Stoke had just got relegated. So it was like literally Championship v Championship. Bro, this team, I swear down, if they were in the Championship that season, they would have won the league by February.
I can fully imagine
they were fit, strong, organised. It was like the hardest game of the season, even though it was pre-season. And then we played another team like 3-4 days later. I think that season they only finished like 6th or 7th in the Championship there. They would have made the playoffs in the Championship, bro. Easily. You can ask anyone that played for that game at Stoke.
Fam, I don't even put that past you. Do you get what I'm saying? I've played against like teams abroad who are like technically they're just, you can't. I think Championship now is getting better.
It is better,
but still, Championship is still a graft.
Yeah, it's a graft.
Yeah, you can look at it and just and players, when I talk to them who play in the Championship, they're like, listen, it's just work. It's just work. It's hard to like really shine in that league, innit? So I don't even doubt that for 1 second. But yeah, yo, Counter Attack Podcast with myself, Daps. Guys, make sure you keep liking, subscribing, sharing. Obviously, you've already heard that we're already talking, already well into it. But Yeah, man. On the podcast now, I've got a guy that I've been trying to get on for a while. You won't even remember the first interaction we had. I know you won't remember it.
Go on.
So you commented on no, someone messaged you 360. You commented on 360, and someone added you in the comments and said, "Oh, you need to come on this podcast." And I was just like, "When you're ready." And then you said back to me, "Let's do it." I mean, that was 2020. We're now here.
Better late than never, bro.
No, but
better late than never.
But no, on the real though, man, like I'm a big Football Manager fan, innit? And when I was younger, obviously because I loved Arsenal and whatever, when you were coming through, I always promoted you up.
Respect that.
Always promoted you up, and I always made sure that you can. Do you play Football Manager?
No, but I've heard of it.
You can like coach players, and the more you put into a player, the more they can develop. And you was one. There's certain players that no matter how much you coach them, they're not soaking things.
Should have coached me in real life then.
Yeah, no, I should have. But you became a starter for me, like, and I always used to buy you.
I respect
so that's how
that.
I knew about Benik Afobe, like, because you were in my youth, and I used to bring you up.
that, bro.
Oh, yeah, we got Benik Afobe on, by the way. But it's so funny because when I look at your actual career at Arsenal, obviously everyone remembers you at Arsenal.
It's weird, man. I never actually played for the
But
first
you never
team.
actually played.
It's so strange, bro.
I was like, hold on.
He actually didn't play even Carling Cup game or anything.
Yeah, how did Benik not play? But I was so like sure that no, you was our guy, man. But in talking about that very quickly, because we were just talking about strikers, I'm so happy you're here as a striker because you're a good striker.
Thank you, bro.
You know, sometimes the striker you have to respect because they're Premier League footballers or footballers in general, but yeah, there's levels.
I appreciate that.
I'm
Thank
saying
you,
levels. You as a striker, we're obviously talking about them now. When I look at some of the competition you've had to deal with, bro, you've had to graft, you know. You've had to graft because you mentioned Josh King, you mentioned Callum Wilson, you mentioned even trying to come through at Arsenal, and you got like Van Persie. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what's that like for you? Because we all know you can play, but when you're just having to just battle with not to say that these men are just better than you, but
the competition just
other men ain't really competing with that. And then you go to like, even when we're gonna get into it as well, like you went to Wolves and then they're trying to say nah because we've got Jimenez coming in, and do you know what I'm saying? What's that like for you, having to battle like that?
Story of my life. No, I just think that people just go through different things, you know what I mean? I don't have any regrets. I like it because I'm one of them people that are never happy anyway, in a sense of with myself. I always want to be improving. I feel like I play better when there's a bit of competition. It's life. Do you know what I'm saying? It's life. And also I'm just developing and learning from different strikers all the time, because every single striker that you mentioned there has their different qualities. Do you get me? So like we all learn from each other. And at the end of the day, I want us all to do well. As long as I'm doing well, as long as I'm where I want to be, need to be, competition's competition, but it's life. You know what I'm saying? And funny enough, most of the people that you mentioned, they're all pretty close to me. So even though there was like the competition there, I still speak to Callum now. I still speak to Josh King, Harry Kane from when we were younger. See, Noah Dicko at Wolves.
You was at you keep mentioning that with Harry Kane. I didn't know you played with
He was at Arsenal.
Oh yes,
Since we were kids.
Oh yes, I totally forget that.
I know him since we were like 9, 10 years of age.
Wow,
good guy though, man. He's so humble and bro, like
I can't stand that he plays for Tottenham. I don't think you understand. Like I rate, like obviously when I put everything aside, like I can look at something good that he does and be like, no, that is class. But I feel like something in me won't really like until.
So then when Sol Campbell came to Arsenal, you didn't like him either then? Because he was at Spurs?
I didn't like him.
Is it not?
I didn't like. You know what it is? As much as I don't like them, I recognise a good player.
What about Eddie Bayo then? When he went to Spurs?
No, that one there, but you know what it is? And this is mad, yeah? You know the African players?
Yeah. You understand what
I get it.
He's trying to secure the bag.
Yeah. When I see the African players doing it, I'm like, you know what?
He's just trying to secure the bag.
I see it. Like,
it's not personal.
Them man don't really have, like, the man ran up to celebrate. In fact, like,
he's just af.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get them ones, innit? But it's funny because when Sol Campbell came, I was obviously young, and these times on the paper, in the papers, that's where you used to get your information from, the papers and teletext.
Yeah.
So I remember on the Sun, because he was meant to go to Inter Milan, he was meant to go to all these teams, and I'll just see him and Arsene Wenger and the back of the sun.
Seen it at London Coney. I remember it at the training ground. It's bizarre, innit?
Like mad.
And even the interview he did before, and it was like, I've seen it on, you know, when you watch like Premier League years on Sky, and then he goes, the interviewer goes, oh, so what are you doing? You're going to stay at Spurs? And he holds his face and he goes, I'm staying. 2 days later,
I remember that. He's holding. Listen,
I was dying, bro. When I seen that the other day, I was like, this guy is not low, boy.
Yeah, man. But it's funny because
like, he went to secure the bag, man. Allow him, bro. He don't care.
Do you know
what's
have to
move home? Like, the older I got, and obviously playing football, I realised why you do things. It's like me when I went to Stoke. I know you're going to ask me about them. But like, I was at Wolves at the time. Stoke offered me more money, and I didn't have to move. That played a big part, bro. So maybe he was thinking, Inter Milan, got to learn new language, blah, blah. Or Arsenal offered me good money. North London, don't have to move, you don't know if you got kids, you don't know, like,
bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I get it. Like, I think,
you don't care about...
I think sometimes people, especially when you get to a certain age, I can imagine that it becomes more about, you know,
security and comfort.
And comfort. Do you get what I'm saying? And what I was going to ask you, funny enough, is that obviously now you're in Dubai and people think that you went there because of the bag. I'm not going to lie to you.
You think that?
when I saw that Dubai thing, I looked at it and I was like, do you know what? After speaking to so many people, it might be a thing of you just need something different. But also the bag is there. Also the bag is there, innit? So like, I look at it and I'm just like, when you get to a certain point, especially, I know with some people, they can get like, you know, politics in football. They can...
Bare, bro.
Yeah, that you just think, do you know what? Let me just go and get the cash. I remember, I'm going to let you speak. I remember Cherno Samba. You know Cherno?
Yeah, he used to play for England at 16.
Yeah,
like,
so Cherno come on the pod.
Yeah.
When Liverpool messed him up, no, not Liverpool, when Millwall messed him up and he couldn't get that move anymore, he just said, listen, I'm just about the bag now. And he literally went around, and you might think he's playing for these clubs that no one knows for, but he was getting...
Was he getting his money?
What? Cherno was getting paid.
You're joking.
Cherno was getting paid.
I know he went like foreign clubs and like
foreign clubs, and he was just getting...
Yeah, much more than he would have been getting in England, basically.
Yeah, he was just chasing the money because they screwed him, and he was just like, if that's what they're going to do... I think they agreed a price when it was about to happen. Millwall asked for double.
Killed him. What team was it was going to go to at the time?
Liverpool.
Is it?
And he had Barcelona, Real Madrid, all these people.
Millwall just killed him at the time.
Just killed him.
Then he realised it's business.
Yeah.
So he's just trying to secure the bag for his family.
So with you...
It's
obviously you still love football.
I love football, but I've got lots of reasons why I've gone to try and secure the bag. The main reason, which I'll happily admit, is that I don't think I'm one of them players that will get to 38, 37 because of my knees. I've had 2 ACLs. I've got half a cartilage in my hip, stuff that people don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, even when I was saying about Millwall, sometimes I was training 3 times 4 months. I'm just 30, bro. And my body's not one of them bodies that will get to 38 playing. So I have to start thinking, should I go get more money now? And it's equivalent to playing in the championship for 8 years, but do it in 3 years. So if I get to 33, happy days if I can continue. If I can't, at least I've earned the same amount that I could have till I'm 37. Do you get me? That was the main reason. So it wasn't just about being money hungry now, blah, blah. Secondly, it's obviously a good experience. You know what I mean? Living in Dubai, living in these other places. And just the fact that it wasn't 46 games a season. I was talking about championship, how it's a graft, Saturday, Tuesday, here and there, the impact and all this stuff. Whereas there, you play 30 games a season. You got sun, vitamin D on your legs, your bones, your muscles. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was all these sort of things. And lastly, for the fact that I went to Dubai, another reason for that was because I'm a real estate investor.
I see that in your...
So I actually buy properties, off-plan projects in Dubai. But being in the meetings, learning about it, I wanted to be in and around it. I didn't want to be doing Zoom calls with these people.
When did you get into that? Oh, is your stuff based in Dubai?
In Dubai, yeah. I've been doing it here in England already, so I already had the knowledge. I've had a good team, but I wanted to start buying there because you get more for your money, basically. Yeah, so as I was saying, sometimes I'm like seeing now with Ruben Neves. I played with Ruben Neves. And he's a baller. He's so focused. He's a good family man. I've got nothing bad to say about Neves. People say, he's money hungry. Or he had a chance to go to Barcelona. You're 26, waste your life away. Bro, the the money that he's getting offered, I would quit football to get that money. He's still gonna be playing football. But I would quit football to get 20 million a year.
It's funny you say it because literally this morning I was listening to Simon Jordan.
Yeah. What did he say?
Talking about, and he was just like, he understands like the older players like Kante and Benzema, whatever. But he was saying that Ruben Neves, it says a lot more about him and the fact and his ambitions and everything. And I'm like,
so?
And in my head, I'm like, do you know what? Like, people don't understand that you're still playing football.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And he was saying that he wants to play Champions League football. And then Simon and Jim were like, oh, well, he didn't mean it. No, he maybe did mean it.
Yeah.
He wants to play Champions League football. But when that bag comes in like that...
What are you meant to do, bro?
Are you just meant to turn it down?
Turn it down. That's generational wealth. That's like, forget about even just your family. You can actually start supporting. You don't know, you might want to build a hospital in his area where he's from. Do you know what I mean? But like, I'm a big boxing fan. Mayweather always says, at the end of the day, titles and belts only collect dust.
You see what I'm saying?
Securing the bag, it's not even about being money hungry. It's for, like me, when I want money, it's not even for me. It's not for I can go buy, maybe I need to get a new watch after it got stolen. But it's not about watches for me or for my family or friends. It's actually about trying to do something for the community. Do you get me? So it's not even about money just for you anymore. We don't know what Neves is trying to do with the money. You don't know what past he had. Never. Yeah, so I just think that you don't know where people... You can't judge someone for going for that sort of money. You can't, bro.
Yeah, I don't. I think, you know, if you want to stay here, then fair enough. Like we're talking, like you said, like it's generational wealth. Like you can, and also you can always come back.
That's what I'm saying. He's 26.
Yeah, you can always come back, and I think with Simon as well. From when I hear him speak, I think a lot of his issues is the fact that Saudi Arabia are making a big play right now for like sports in general. They're boxing, the golf. Now they're doing football, and now they're doing football. So I think he has a problem with that. But really and truly,
it's not like he's put a gun to the owner's head and said, "Give me 20 million." They offering it to him.
Is that what?
Apparently, so something along them numbers. But
yeah, but you can you touched on it now, just on your watches, yeah. Very quickly. Yeah. Obviously, we were meant to do this last week.
Yeah.
And then I saw your post.
Yeah.
Like, as much as you can say, like, what actually happened?
Mental. So, me and my family have come back. My mum and dad live in another location, but they've been renting this place because the other house the real house is getting renovated for 2 or 3 months. So, we're in this place. And it's a cleaner. We've been using this cleaning service company for like a year or two before I went out to Dubai. And we was like, okay, there's more of us in the house now. Can we get a new cleaner?
Yeah.
To come. Anyway, it was the first day, the woman that stole. It was the first day, and literally, because where I've been staying upstairs, upstairs, it's like a loft room. It's like a loft but turned into a bedroom. I've only been back in the country for 2 days, 2-3 days. So my suitcase is just there. Mrs. watches, my watches, my mum's watches and jewellery. It's up there because it's a bit like scattered, but like because it's just a house that we're renting for a couple of days, and you're at home as well. She starts off in the loft. She gets there at 9 o'clock. 9:45, she comes downstairs and says, "Oh, my husband's just called me. Son's not feeling well. I need to leave." Thinking, oh, when you're hearing son, obviously I lost my daughter. You're hearing son's not well. Go ahead and go. And I don't know if you've seen the second video of the camera when she's got the backpack, when she's walking out.
Yeah.
That was literally then. She walks out. Mrs. goes upstairs, goes, "Oh, my bracelets have gone from the kitchen, from the bathroom sink, sorry." Chases her out. Gets in the road. "If you give everything back now, I won't go to the police." She dashes 2 watches. So it wasn't like we're accusing someone. She gives 2 watches, gets in the car with someone else that picked her up, the woman.
Oh, wait, so you lot got that close to her?
Got close to her, but I wasn't there.
Oh.
Mrs. was there. Do you get me? But like no phone, nothing, like not safe. The woman dashes off. Thankfully, with social media, they gave me her address. They gave me where she was. Someone, I don't want to say who it was, found out where her cards were being used, and she's actually back in Romania.
You know what?
And don't want to come on here and start slating the police or whatever, but like, I feel like more could have been done. But however, we will be suing the company, I think, you know.
Yeah.
You know, because There's more to the story. There's more to the story, but yeah, it's not finished yet.
Yeah, no, that's mad, and it's funny because well, not funny. When I saw it, first thing I thought was this person will just get on the flight. That's a lot of
money.
That's a lot, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man, but hopefully,
bro, when you hear stuff like that, obviously your head's gone, family angry, blah blah. But the same woman, bro, she could be a mad woman. She could have had a gun in that bag as well. Because I just don't get how someone can go into a house for the first day. You don't know where jewelry is. You've never been to that house, and you see it and you take it. We could have been one of the people that be like, listen, we just had someone. We don't really trust our cleaners. They don't know. She don't know who we are. Can I just see what's in your bag quickly? Yeah. Leaving early. Then what would have happened then? If like we just saw her, like, or if a watch fell out when she was leaving. But we were in the house. That's how mad it is. I haven't really told a story on Insta. Obviously, people now might hear a bit more. But like, I don't want to say too much. Like, even on socials, I took down the post and stuff because we're taking some legal action. And I don't want to start, you know, like, I'm quite a private person anyway. Do you know what I mean? But
and you know what? That's even like the surprising thing because you don't post anything like that. So when I saw that, I was just like, hold on.
Yeah, my head was gone, bro.
Yeah, I could imagine. Bro, I could imagine.
Roughly about 400k. That's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? For anyone, even for Neves.
Yeah, it's so funny because of the way you put it. Yeah. When I reposted it, people thought it was me. Oh. Because of the way it was written, and they didn't see that Benik Afobe. And then people are like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear this, man. I'm so," and I was just like, "All right, cool,
but it's not me."
At first, I was like, "Cool," but then little by little, I'm like, people think it's me. And the funniest thing is, the amount of people that are messaging me, like, and I'm like, there's rather than being concerned about what's going, they're concerned that, you man got money, like. You man got money like that, like.
You know what? I can't lie. I've seen on Shade Bar some comments. People like, how has he got jewelry that's
they don't know
more than 400k? Blah blah blah. They think man's on peanuts. They don't know. It was funny though. I was just thinking, but you don't know. It could have been a gift. It could have been like sentimental stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Like my mum lost something that her mum gave to her. Like all this stuff. You know, like at the end of the day, it's just material things. Do you get me? No one got hurt. You know, people go through worse things. We went through worse things, but it's just about the fact that someone having the sheer audacity to come and steal when you're in the house. Not even still you're in your house, but while you're in the house, I ain't gonna get disrespected at that and not go through with.
No, of course, as you should, man, as you should. I think people expect you to just lie down and because you got follower of Jesus Christ, like in your bio, they expect you to just.
It's just principles. You can't.
You can't do that. I even said to you at the time. I don't know if you remember this. I said, listen, like once upon a time, this would have been handled very differently.
Exactly.
It would be handled.
I know a lot of people have actually offered to track these people down. You know,
it would have been handled
silly things, but obviously, I'm not about that life. Wouldn't put my family in that situation. Got kids, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, like, just hoping that the police, the lawyers can just play their part in the situation and it all get resolved in it. But we'll have to wait and see, bro. Yeah. Right now, I'm just concentrating on finding a club, bro.
We're gonna get to that, but before we get to that, you touched on things that your family have been in. Yeah. I wasn't sure whether or not to like talk about this with you on the pod, but you obviously lost your daughter.
Yeah.
So to say, like, speak about what that was like having to still play football because, and before you answer that question, I had Leon McKenzie, you know Leon.
Yeah, boxer slash footballer, celebrity.
Yeah, I had him on the podcast, and he was talking about one time he had a match against Chelsea, I think it was, and he had such a bad game, and the papers like ripped him through it and everything. But what they don't know is that before that game, he got word that his sister committed suicide.
Oh,
yeah. But then it's like, but you still got to
play.
You still got to play.
You still got to run around and look happy.
You see what I'm saying?
Got a clue what's going on in your personal life.
Exactly. And I say that to say like to you, like, what does that do for you? Because obviously you're going through what you're going through. Your family's going through what they're going through. But then people still want you to like put that shirt on and play.
Bro, that's the hardest part of the whole situation. Imagine that. It's not even the grieving. It's not even like I go through what you would imagine I go through. Everyone sees me and says, he's always smiling, he's always bubbly. But people don't realize that it's not so much a front, because I'm a positive person generally. But if I'm really honest, it's been much tougher. Football has been much tougher since she passed away, 100%. You know, like, I think about all the time. My family think about all the time. I've got other kids, and they're a blessing. They look like her. They talk like her. But the situation of playing, and especially, it's right now, it's not that bad. But when I first came back, it was tough. When I was playing poorly, Stoke fans used to get onto me. They didn't realise I was going through things. Even before she passed, it wasn't just a sudden death. Even when I was at Stoke, we was going to... My missus was going to London when I was at Stoke, and like going for these blood tests that go Ormond Street, all that stuff. And I had training. My teammates didn't know. The fans didn't know. Not doing so well. I'm looking lazy. But people don't know this stuff, you know. But I never come out and justify myself on social media, because I'm not that kind of person. I don't never justify, only because you're asking now. But I've been to hell and back, bro. Honestly, you know, like even when you're on the phone to the bank and they're saying sorry for your loss, like everyone knows about it, you know, like, and I respect the people that, you know, send their condolences and all that stuff, but it's just the ones that don't understand why. I ain't even going to mention her names, but I had a coach when she passed away, wanted me to be a leader in a club, and I was being quiet. It was about 3-4 months after she had passed. He pulled me in his office and said, listen, I need the bubbly Benik Afobe to get the boys going. You're an experienced player now. You played at a high level. And I just went, okay, because I hold my peace. But I thought to myself, wow, they just expect me to go back to being everything. That's not even, it's even if it's I need you to run around, I need you to do well, I need you to play well. But he was asking me to put all my effort in making other boys happy and positive when I couldn't even get positive myself. It was a struggle for me to do it for myself and my family. And I just thought to myself, you know what? They don't understand what I'm going through.
Do you feel like you, around that time, having to play football and everything, do you feel like you properly had time to like grieve? Because as well, I say that because you're still a man. You still have to, you know, support your family. You still have to be there for your wife. You've still got kids. You still got another child, another one that came on the way, like soon after. So, do you feel like you properly was able to like grieve in that moment?
No, not straight away, but I feel like I still grieve now. I never put limits or like dates on anything in life. I'm never say never sort of person. And the one good thing about it was though, when she passed away, bro, COVID started 2-3 months after. So everyone was just at home. So it was kind of like we grieved all together, like in a big house, all of my parents, everyone, Mrs. Parents, everyone, we were just all in there like, this is our bubble now and we're going to all suffer together and we're going to get better together. So it was good in that sense because it's a one in a lifetime thing, this COVID and this lockdown thing. But it was literally 2-3 months after she had passed. So it kind of worked out well. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But in the outside world, I didn't have time to grieve. But as the years have gone on, it's been 3 years now. Imagine 3.5 years. I remember when she passed, I used to be like, I just can't wait until we get to 4 or 5 years. Like when it's like, not so much distant memory, but it's not so fresh. I've had 2 sons since. So I got my daughter and then back-to-back sons. And every single one of them, I like her in different ways, which is nice. And the thing that I like as well is the fact that when she passed away, my daughter now was only 11 months old and the boys weren't born. So it's not like they've had to really, you know, other people go through the situation where they're like, oh, your brother's not coming home, your sister's not coming home. But they weren't there to know. So it's just a once upon a time story for them. When they get older, when they're going to be 10, 15, 20. I used to have a daughter, I used to have a sister, it was like that. It's not really going to be, you know? That's like... Which makes me kind of better about the situation. Hear that because
my mum, nobody even knows what I'm about to say. My mum had a son that passed before me.
So your brother?
I don't
know why I did that, but your brother,
my brother.
You see, but you don't really know.
I was so young. Was you? Like months old. I was so young.
You're joking me.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. So your family went through the same thing.
Yeah, my mum.
So when you asked your mum and that, like...
Yeah, so like, but my mum, it's like...
How old was he at the time? Your brother? Must have been a couple of years older than you or something.
No, like literally like a year and a half. Yeah, like
So 18 months difference.
yeah. So, but I didn't.
Of course you wouldn't.
Yeah,
know.
I don't remember that and everything. And there's 4 of us. So well, mum had 4 kids. So I was the third. So that would have been
The second.
No, that would have been
The third.
Yeah, that would have been.
And then the other 2 were older.
Yeah.
So they witnessed it and everything.
Yeah.
So when you speak to them,
but everyone's still kind of close in age.
They were too young anyway.
My older brother, if I was to ask him, he was probably around 6 or 7 at the time. So he probably wouldn't even. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? So, but I could just.
So you know what I'm trying to say? Imagine it was 10, 8, 4, and then 2.
Yeah.
And you're 10-year-old, you know that your 2-year-old's gone.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and people go through this. Someone in the podcast might be.
And
you know what I'm saying?
It's funny because on my notes, I've literally just got like, as much as you're a private person, do you also understand that? And it's mad because,
No, go on.
like, because you have a platform, you saying this might help
Somebody
someone
else. You're right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you've got, and it's mad, like, you've got 1.2 million followers. And if you go and say what you're saying now and put that out, like, you don't know who you're helping. Do you ever think about that, your platform?
That's my plan. When I retire, I feel like I'm obviously doing my real estate, investing, doing my properties. But the one thing that I really, really want to do, more than being a coach, whatever, is helping young adults, even men, adults, because I feel like I've got a lot to give in mental state of things, you know, like with forget about just my daughter passing, but my injuries and the comebacks I've had to do, the mini pre-seasons I've had to do, and to keep going after rejection, after failed loans, after being rejected, and I just keep coming back. I never give up. And I feel like that's probably my best attribute as a human being, is the fact that I'm just always there. I always turn up.
Yeah. Injuries can be a mad one.
As like, you know yourself.
Yeah, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, and you've had, listen, I broke tib and fib, and it was a clean break straight through, I did that playing football, right? And I kid you not, as much as it was bad, I had one of them frames on it and whatever. I'm so thankful that I had that rather than ACLs.
Bro, look, I've got lateral, I've got my ACL, I've got other lateral, I've got like shark scars.
Yeah, look at
People look at me sometimes and they're looking at my knees like, oh, what happened here? My hip, bro. I got told I would have to retire at 20 with my hip.
Imagine that.
Yeah, but not trying to give myself a pat on the back or anything, but I'm just saying in a sense that, like, it doesn't really affect me. I can still run, I can still turn. As I said in Dubai, I was training every day.
You know, I'm like, seeing your clips and
little
back heel flip.
But I'm playing with happiness, bro. That's the good thing about being out there. I'm enjoying my football, bro.
That's good, man.
And going back to your question, because I didn't really answer it, my sole aim, I swear, apart from like my actual businesses and properties and stuff after football, is to try and help people to get the mental state, because I feel like everything is in here.
100%.
Obviously, I'm a believer in God. You know, the ones who want to hear what I'm going to say, my testimonies and stuff, but I haven't so much done it. I know you say about the followers and being a footballer, people want to hear me and stuff, but I feel like I just don't want to be in a situation where people start thinking that I'm not concentrating on my football as much. And I feel like my story is far from finished as well. And I feel like I've got another chapter on myself where after that chapter I can say, okay, this is what I went through, this is what I went through, this is what I went through, and then finally this was it. Now let me help you not do the same mistakes that I did, and also help you do the good things that I did. That's what I feel like.
But also, it's just timing. Do you get
timing,
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that's all it is.
Yeah, it's just timing. Like sometimes, like you say, you've got the want to do it.
I will do it.
But and you will do it. But like at the same time, if it's not the time for it right now, and you know,
because if I do it, I want to do it properly. I want to I want to study what I have to say, who I'm going to be sharing my platforms to, doing talks. I went to my school and the school loved it, my old school, my secondary school, but I want to be doing much more things. I love helping young children, innocent souls, or people that have come from broken homes. That gives me a buzz. Jack Wilshere, one of my best friends from young, his buzz is coaching. He loves coaching. He tells me to come down to Arsenal 18s. When I go to his house,
I don't like Jack. No, I'm joking. I love Jack Wilshere. Don't listen to me.
He's such a lovely guy, such a humble guy. He's only a year older than me, but all of us used to look up to him. Just how, You know, people like sometimes the paper or his injuries or all this stuff. He's such a humble guy, bro.
It's so crazy because
so humble, man.
When we talk about injuries, I know you was making a point, sorry, but when we talk about injuries, I heard him say recently, actually, on the Ben Foster podcast, how when he was playing for academies and that, he never got injured.
Bro, I used to think, why does this guy never get injured?
Yeah, he
trained every day, never got injured till I think
that one injury to the ankle.
And you know what's mad about that injury?
God.
When he got injured in that game, he came off and I came on against New York Red Bulls.
I'll swear. Hey, you know New York Red Bulls, like my what do you call it? My American team.
Is it? Because Henri.
I did a live show there last year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
a
live
play.
podcast show.
And Henri played there, so like
Henri, my guy Bradley Wright Phillips is
of
a
course,
legend,
of course.
Yeah,
but yeah, with Jack, as you said, he never used to get injured, bro. I swear, I used to think this guy's so fit.
Yeah.
So I think it's no coincidence that a lot of players that start so early and play back-to-back games 17, 18, 20.
Bro.
Worn out.
I say it all the time, especially in England.
Wayne Rooney.
Yeah. I used to think it was going to happen to Kane. But I don't know. Kane looks like he's having some sort of resurgence right now. But
he's a clever player.
For like 2 years, I'm not going to lie, Kane looked like...
washed.
Yeah. No, he was
still
scoring.
But he's come back. Now he's moving well again.
Like
his ankles were poor at the time as well. But bro, he's such a top player, bro.
It's funny you say that his ankles are poor because obviously with injuries, you never ever really... So I never ever got injured, ever. I did that injury. When I come back, the bone and everything is right. But listen, when I tell you now, no, it was right. It felt, this is my stronger leg.
Yeah.
Now, like, I remember I started getting hamstring injuries.
That's the problem.
Like, it's the little niggling ones.
It's not even the main injury anymore.
It's you start getting...
that's why you have to keep on top of everything. But I was lucky enough, I had Colin Lewin, who used to be asked for years, do my rehab for me, and he knew me. He knew my whole body. But you have to be a bit lucky as well, man. Football is a bit of everything, bro. Luck, talent, consistency, a manager believe in you, ability, confidence, the right team. You know, you can't do anything by yourself, you know what I mean?
Do you feel like you've had... so when I look at some of your teams, do you feel like you've had... Without even mentioning no names if you don't want to, do you feel like you've had some managers who didn't really believe in you?
Bro, I should have played many more games in the Premier League. That's not even me being big time. I'm the least big time person you ever meet. But 100% I should have played in the Prem for more years than I did. If you look at the forwards in the Prem, I've got managers that say it to me as well, but like just there's a lot of reasons. Maybe me not showing the form, injuries, timing, you know, a lot of things why it didn't happen, but I should have definitely had a longer stint in the Prem. But it's fine.
What was that story about?
Here we go.
You, like, it was when you went to Wolves.
Oh, okay.
And then literally
got sold 2 days later.
I didn't even know that was even possible.
Neither did I.
I didn't even know that was even possible.
That's when I started realizing man's gonna go play for the bag. I swear. Before that, so let's talk about my career quickly because it's a long career. Yeah, so MK Dons, I went on loan, done well, went to Wolves. Wolves done really well. I was there for a year. But after 6 months, who wanted me? Norwich wanted me. They just gone up in the Prem. And I thought to myself, okay, should I go? Should I not go? Wolves said, nah, you're staying. Then went to Bournemouth in January. So I left in January. Then I stayed at Bournemouth for 2 years. 2 years, so a year and a half, season and a half. And I went to Wolves on loan because I wasn't really playing at Bournemouth at the time, and they were top of the league. Wolves. So in my head, I thought, you know what, Wolves is the club that I love. Yeah, wanted to go back to Wolves, and I wanted to help them get over the line, and then play in the Prem with Wolves because it was a team that I really loved. The fans, Wolves is my club. You know what I mean? So then the summer comes, bro. I only started 7 games with Nuno, but I scored 6 in the 7 starts, and I had a couple of assists, and I was doing my thing. Imagine. But they said, okay, we'll buy you. So then the club have bought me, like the actual club have bought me.
10 mil?
Then Nuno,
10 mil?
Something like that, 10 mil, yeah. And then Nuno turns around, like my agent says to me at the time, Nuno says you're not going to be playing. But I just left Bournemouth because I wasn't playing. Yeah. I was in the Prem at Bournemouth. Yeah. Like there was nothing wrong. I got on with the boys. The manager, Eddie Howe, I liked him. It's just I wasn't playing. Yeah. And I wanted to play. So when am I going to go to Wolves for for 6 months and then be in the same situation as I was at Bournemouth. So I was like, what? So anyway, I was like, okay, even if I'm doing my thing, Jimenez playing.
Yeah.
Same, wherever this is playing, I was like, I don't want to go through what, because I hated not playing at Bournemouth, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'd gone from being the best player in the Championship at Wolves, best player in MK Dons with Delhi, and then not playing for 2 years. It's like, you've gone, like, I'm 25 at the time. So then Stoke come, Gary Rowett, he was nice. I went to see him. And like I said to you before about the house situation.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely guy. They've offered me more money. Stoke have just come down. You know, their plans are to go back up and be the man.
What happened with that Stoke team,
bro? Bro, even till now, they still got a good team on paper, but they just, I don't know, bro. It's cursed, that place, bro.
Yeah.
I purposely don't talk about Stoke in my interviews because if I was to speak, I'd be in trouble, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
But it was right next to my house, bro, because I was at Wolves for 6 months. Stoke, more money. We're going to try and do a thing. I thought, you know what? Wolves a shaggy man at that. Let me just go secure the bag. Signed a 5-year deal, bro, on life-changing money at the time for me, you know? So even now, bro, I said a 5-year deal. It's only coming up to it now. They still been paying me. Imagine.
What? You left them when?
So when I was going on loan and stuff, I told you I signed a 5-year deal till I'm 30, which is now 30. Yeah, 30.
But they can't still be paying you now.
Bro, there's so many things in football. Come on, bro. You're acting like you don't know about politics and...
No, I understand politics,
come on,
but...
bro.
Listen, we're not talking about
a pay up.
A year.
A pay up.
Oh, okay.
So,
You know
what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
A pay up, which is equivalent.
Yeah. Which is...
So I went to Millwall. I went to Trabzonspor, but they were still paying their little percentage.
Yeah, okay.
So then when I went up to... When I went to Millwall, and they gave me obviously less money than at Stoke. Stoke, it made up the difference. Yeah. Because I could have said, I don't want to go to Millwall. Pay me the full of this. So I've still been earning that money until now, basically. Wow. So now that's why I'm coming up on a free now. And
what's next?
I've got a few options, brother. Not staying in England.
But I was about to say, what would it take for you to come back to England?
No offers elsewhere.
No offers elsewhere. Wow, man.
Now,
why is that? Are you just done with it, man? It's just... Do you reckon...
It's more... I don't like the 46 games. It's nothing to do with the clubs that want me. I've got teams in the Championship that want me now. And let me not lie, the money as well.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's funny. I hope people don't listen to this just think you're just after that bag, but...
No, I'm being honest.
But
like I said before, the reason why I'm after the bag is because I ain't going to get to 30.
I was about to say
that's the only reason
why. When you
why.
listen to everything in totality, when you look at the fact that, you know, you've had the injury, you don't think you're going to go on to 36.
I've got to just try and secure as much as I can until
you have to.
One day my knees will just give up on me.
And also, you're still playing football. It's not like...
You told me not to play football for this money.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? You're still playing football and you're still doing the thing that you love. And I think the important thing that you said is that you're playing football with a smile on your face.
100%. That's the main reason why.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because what's the point of you coming back here and you're just...
Fans get on to you because you're not running, but maybe because you're tired from the Tuesday game because you need... like all the. I spoke to Jack. I speak to Jack nearly every day. He went through the same thing, bro.
Imagine.
You don't think when he retired, everyone's like, oh, he just wants money and no Premier League team wants him. It's not that. It's the fact that when he goes to the Saturday, Tuesday in the Championship... for a team that doesn't play as nice as Arsenal, it's going to be hard for him. Yeah. And he will actually be doing the team like no favours because he's not playing at his best.
Do you know what's so crazy?
Do you know what I mean?
You see Jack Wilshere just very quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure everyone always asks you about, how does everyone even know you two are boys like that? I feel like that's just common knowledge.
Everyone knows, innit? Now, you know what it is? I think
was it where he was like, he eats African food?
He does it. Bro, this guy is the whitest black guy I've ever met. Secretly though. Yeah. I've got two.
No, but you can see that about him.
I got a few, but I got two. Matt Doherty.
The one from Tottenham.
And Jack Wilshere, who are secretly black. They're so hood without being from the hood. It's so funny. I've got other friends like that, but I mean just in football terms. Them two are just...
And what I was going to say about him is that, like, I'm a man that I watch football, love football, but I love the art of football. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm a man that like loves the actual art of football, innit? And I appreciate, like, you see Jack here, Jack Wilshere. I honestly, truly believe, he could have gone on to become one of England's best midfielders ever. Best
100%.
players ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Even when he was playing, there was a time when he was playing for England and they played him in that anchor role. Or they used to do stuff with Jack, playing for England, that it's only because he's such a good player that he could do it. And England didn't have those players. And I truly believe, and I'm going to sound so mad for saying this, if you don't get Jack Wilshere's, you don't get a Declan Rice. No. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you don't get those players. You don't get the Calvin Phillips, because I believe Jack kind of changed
the way them
changed the
mids,
way, like in England, so
ball carrying. Like they're not really going to score goals, but they just carry the ball and dictate playing a different way to just passing it.
Yeah,
there's like a Carrick version. Like there's like the Carrick version. There's like the obviously he's not English, but the Roy Keane and then there's like the Jacks. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I think very quickly before you do go, are you surprised that you didn't play more games for Congo?
I chose not to.
Oh, you chose not to?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know that.
No, that's what I mean in politics side of things.
Yeah.
It just wasn't for me at the time.
Oh, okay, cool.
I went there a couple of times and I was playing in the Prem at the time and I didn't play.
Yeah.
And then I found out there's different reasons of politics, and I just thought to myself, you know what? I've got children now, international break. Let me have my 5 days off.
If I tell you some of the things
that you've heard and seen, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Nigeria, bro.
It's too much politics. I thought to myself, I ain't getting involved in this. I don't want to start giving people my money to play and stuff. I don't sell my soul. I don't sell my soul. I don't sell my soul. You know what I mean?
But
no, too much pride for that.
But honestly, my love for coming on, man, and
thank you, bro. Thanks for
having me. You're one of the people I've wanted on this podcast.
I appreciate
so long,
that,
man,
bro.
and I appreciate you coming to the studio. Get me, whatever,
nice,
whatever happens next, man. I'm sure that you're gonna go and kill it.
Thank you, bro. I'll bring Jack next time. You tell him how much you hate him.
Go forbid. Hey Jack, if you hear this, come on the pod, bro. It's funny because for my 200th episode, I wanted Jack. That didn't happen, but not because of him. I just don't think the agent reached out to him. But no, that's why you're here. But that's the reason why you're here, you know.
Huh?
That's the reason why you're here, just so I can get to Jack. I'm playing. But yeah, love for coming on, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Go hit up Benik on his Instagram and follow him and everything. And yeah, we're out.
Thank you, brother.